USA, a land of opportunities, challenges, and a constant change. But how are things right now for Indians living here? Jobs, recession, and the real ground reality. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome to our channel, Success Spirit. Today we are here with our special guest, an expert who's been living in USA and knows exactly what's happening in the job market, the effects of recession, and what it means for Indians here. So if you are an Indian student, a working professional, or someone planning to move to USA, this video is for you. Let's dive in and get the real picture.
What are we talking about today?
My first question for you today. Many students in USA, especially recent graduates like me and job seekers, are struggling to land their first job. The job market is very tough. Competition is very high, and despite applying to hundreds of jobs every day, many are still waiting for breakthrough, including me. Given this situation, what are some smart ways to network effectively and increase the chances of cracking a job in USA?
Actually, very relevant topic for today's situation. Unfortunately, for the last 30 years, I don't think we have had this kind of situation. There is a stagnation that is happening in terms of hiring. At the same time, there is a huge supply with a short demand in the STEM area for job opportunities. So, let us first talk about what are the options for F1 students to work in the USA, right? So they can either choose to have CPT or pre-completion OPT or post-completion OPT or STEM OPT, right? ఈ 4 ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. CPT, it is curriculum practical training, but mostly OPT వచ్చిన స్టేజ్కి people are very much ready to start getting a job. దీంట్లో నేను యాక్చువల్లీ చాలా మందికి తెలియదు ఒక యూస్ఫుల్ పాయింట్ చెప్పాలి, ఎస్పెషలీ ఫర్ H4 నుంచి కావచ్చు లేదా ఎనీ అదర్ స్టేటస్ ఇఫ్ దే వర్ ఇన్ ద USA బట్ దే హ్యావ్ కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇన్ టు F1. వాళ్ళు యాజ్ లాంగ్ యాజ్ దే హ్యావ్ స్టేడ్ విత్ ఇన్ ద US ఫర్ 1 year దే ఆర్ క్వాలిఫైడ్ టు రిసీవ్ ప్రీ కంప్లీషన్ OPT అండ్ ఆల్సో మే బి ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ ఫుల్ టైమ్ వెన్ ద స్కూల్ is not in session. So the day one they can start working if they have been in the US and currently have a valid F1 status. Okay. ఇంకా STEM OPTలో వచ్చినప్పుడు అయితే దే ఆర్ సపోజ్ టు గెట్ ఎ జాబ్ ఇన్ ద ఫీల్డ్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ దే ఆర్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ద ఫీల్డ్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ దే హ్యావ్ కంప్లీటెడ్ స్టడీస్. ఇంతకుముందు ఎలా ఉండేదంటే చాలా వరకు ఇద్దరు కాలేజ్కి వచ్చి హైరింగ్ జరగడము, క్యాంపస్ హైరింగ్స్ కూడా జరిగేవి కొన్ని మేజర్ కాలేజెస్లో. అయితే కన్సల్టెన్సీస్ చాలా వరకు హైర్ చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు, మేజర్ కంపెనీస్ లైక్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ కంపెనీస్ కావచ్చు లేదా మిడ్ టర్మ్ స్టార్టప్స్ కావచ్చు, ఆల్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ కంపెనీస్ యూస్ టు గో హైర్ క్యాండిడేట్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ as soon as they complete their education and they're ready with the OPT status or a visa, right? So that has totally stopped in the recent few months that we are seeing, the pattern that we are seeing, right? It is unfortunately in a very tight situation. When I look at it from my surroundings and from my analysis, looks like we have overhired. All these companies have overhired in the period of 2021 to 2023. ఎప్పుడైతే కోవిడ్ స్టార్ట్ అయిందో there was overhiring. Why was this overhiring? Because everybody started moving online. So everything was remote. Everything was needed some online service, which means they have a lot of work to do. అందరూ షాపులు పోయి కొనుక్కునేవాడు ఈరోజు ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని దే ఆర్ గెటింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, రైట్? దట్ క్రియేటెడ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ స్కోప్ ఫర్ న్యూ జాబ్స్. వీ హ్యావ్ ఈవెన్ హర్డ్ ద స్టోరీస్ ఆఫ్ సంబడి డూయింగ్ 10 jobs parallel బికాస్ అంత డిమాండ్ ఉండింది అప్పుడు. అండ్ ద సప్లై వాజ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ లిమిటెడ్ బికాస్ అప్పుడు దాకా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళందరికీ జాబ్లు ఆల్రెడీ ఉండేటివి, ఇమ్మీడియట్లీ న్యూ సప్లై వచ్చేది కాదు. And then in 2022 and 2023, we had a huge influx of students coming from international arena, mostly Indians, right? So right now, ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ ఒక 100,000 స్టూడెంట్స్ వచ్చి కూర్చుంటున్నారు. జాబులేమో ఉన్న జాబులు గ్రో అవ్వట్లేదు, కొత్త జాబులు క్రియేట్ అవ్వట్లేదు. ఇంకా చెప్పాలంటే కొన్ని కంపెనీస్ ఫైరింగ్ ఎక్కువ అయింది. ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ఇట్, జస్ట్ ఇన్ 2023-2024 పీరియడ్, కంపెనీ లైక్ మెటా దే ఫైర్డ్ అబౌట్ 3,500 to 4,000 employees, if I'm not wrong. The major companies overall, they have fired almost 40,000 employees. And I'm only talking about the big tech companies. If you put that into perspective, ఫుల్ టైమ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ని అంతమందిని ఫైర్ చేశారు అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫేట్ ఆఫ్ కాంట్రాక్చువల్ ఎంప్లాయీస్, రైట్? that could be much larger number. We are probably talking a lot of these employees who work with the major tech are currently in the market competing with the F1 students to work on a job which is very similar and relevant. So not to scare you, but to get reality as a perspective, getting a job as an F1 student in the current market is definitely a challenge. Of course, కొన్ని consultancies, they try to make things or fake things until they make things అన్నట్టుగా ఆ ప్యాటర్న్ లో వెళ్తుంటాయి, అండ్ దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ అవర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, or that is not something we should really endorse in this conversation. But ఒక genuine గా ఒక F1 student, if they want to get their first job in the current market, let us look at what they can do. Very limited jobs ఉన్నాయి, కానీ జాబ్స్ అయితే ఉన్నాయి. So what I will do if I was in your situation today as a student, I would go look for all the opportunities that are getting published in the market for junior roles, or depending on the experience that you have based on your background. What are the skill sets required? And I am going to focus on my skill set and enhancing it to the level to fit the need for that job or for a similar set of jobs. For example, ఒక డెవాప్స్ ఇంజనీర్ లాగా నేను రెడీ అయ్యానే అనుకుందాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఐ విల్ గో అండ్ ఐ విల్ సర్చ్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్, లింక్డ్ఇన్ లో, డైస్ లో, మాన్స్టర్ లో, how many DevOps engineer positions are getting posted on a daily basis. చూస్తాను, పోయి చూసి వాళ్ళకి కావాల్సిన కామన్ స్కిల్ సెట్ నా దగ్గర ఉందా, ఫస్ట్ థింగ్. హౌ మెనీ పీపుల్ విత్ హూమ్ ఐమ్ ఐ కంపీటింగ్, సో వాళ్ళందరితో పోలిస్తే హౌ ఐమ్ ఐ డిఫరెంట్, ఓకే, హౌ ఐమ్ ఐ ఆఫ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ టు ది హైరింగ్ మేనేజర్, దానికి నా దగ్గర ప్రొఫైల్ రెడీగా ఉందా. ఇఫ్ ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ దట్ ప్రొఫైల్, వాట్ షుడ్ ఐ డూ? ఫస్ట్ థింగ్, as I am a DevOps engineer, I should have some reason for hiring manager to look at my profile. Certifications is the first thing that I will look for. Second, I will look for your online presence and connectivity. Improve your network in LinkedIn arena. Go connect with as many people as possible who are having a similar DevOps interest and who are sharing DevOps knowledge. Start commenting under them.
Okay.
ఓకే, వాళ్ళు ఏదైనా పోస్ట్ వేసినా గివ్ యువర్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్, బికాస్ దే ఆర్ గివింగ్ దేర్ ఇండస్ట్రీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అండ్ రియల్ టైమ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ తో వాళ్ళ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ అక్కడ పోస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. అండ్ నౌ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ అండ్ యూఆర్ యాడింగ్ టు దేర్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్, నాట్ సింప్లీ ప్రైజింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ దే పోస్ట్. దాట్, ఆర్ ఈవెన్ యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ ఫెయిర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆల్సో if you don't understand. That is also good. You're trying to engage and get involved into the process of DevOps, because that is your ultimate goal, right?
Yeah.
So that involvement అనేది ఉండాలి. నీ మైండ్ షుడ్ యాక్సెప్ట్ దట్ యు ఆర్ ఎ DevOps engineer and you are getting involved with DevOps engineers. Okay, so this is all part of your profile building and network development, so that you can get interested in multiple hiring opportunities లో స్కోప్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వడానికి. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ వే. నౌ సెకండ్ వే, వాలంటీర్ మ్యాచ్ అని సైట్స్ ఉంటాయి.
Volunteer match.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the idea behind that is a lot of non-profit companies look for volunteers to support some of their development work, to support some of their ongoing projects in every field. Okay, not just STEM, but it could be a lot more. But you have to search for a suitable opportunity as a volunteer. This will fulfill as a good employment, even though they don't pay you. Most likely they will not pay you. It is going to fulfill your need as as an employee under OPT, and you can give a very valid reason that I am not going to get paid, but this is a job that will enhance my skills, and that is a place to exhibit my skills so that I can become more industry ready and I can enhance or exhibit the learnings that I had from my field of study. Okay. So you are indirectly benefiting the United States as a volunteer, supporting organization or a non-profit to either get funding, to develop their projects. At the same time, you're getting an experience from them. Okay. That is an opportunity. Now, we spoke about what are the ways we can get. Of course, you can always reach out to some consultancies if they have any opportunities, because they have that prime vendor requirement scope that you may not directly see without having that kind of connectivity. So consultancies are also good platforms to start careers, and a lot of folks in their career, especially in the United States, have started as a consulting company employees. So it's always a good opportunity to explore. Okay. Now let us talk about what field of study I would recommend, right, based on current happenings and future growth in the space of technology. The hot cake as of now is data science and data engineering role.
Okay.
That is just starting, and if you add the Gen AI capabilities and ability to create AI APIs to integrate with the Gen AI, then that is a field that will definitely grow in the next few years. I have heard that in the Indian market, DevOps engineer is still a hot job, but I would say I don't think anybody in the US is going to hire DevOps engineers as of, because either they already have extra DevOps engineers, or anybody who is already a production support or a L2 support, or a developer or a SRE, they are already taking care of SRE, the DevOps roles. Okay, so if you are still a DevOps engineer, I would strongly recommend learning SRE concepts and apply for SRE roles also. And as an expert in the SRE area, I can recommend that SRE is something that is going to be here, and it will continue to stay in this market even when we are fully equipped with AI. For the next 10 years, DevOps SRE is going to have its own requirements across the organizations. Okay. Now, coming back to data engineering, right? Data engineering, data science is going to be hot because it is the feed for AI to develop and become fruitful. Okay. Data by itself with analytics solution was proving to be very, very critical for the next decade or so. And the advent of Gen AI has only further enhanced its probabilities to become hiring leader in the next few years. Okay, so I think a lot of people have already adapted to this and are learning data engineering and data science. So definitely focus on that. And ML ops is one area I would always suggest and recommend, because when somebody builds an LLM model, the relevance will be dead within 6 months. So you need to continuously train your models with the new data sets. So data engineers are required consistently. ML ops engineers are required to consistently analyze these models and deploy those models, and also maintain and support those models. So if I have to pick my top fields that I have to study today, if I'm starting my career in IT as a software engineer, I would put data science and data engineering at the top, SRE second, AI ML engineers or ML ops engineers, and then I would go into front end developers or Gen AI developers, and the rest will follow. Cybersecurity is important, but that is something that is, again, not going to have a lot of jobs and have a lot of restrictions, especially for international students. I think it's a limited opportunity, in my opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, Balaji. I think let us call it for the day. We will catch up with more updates in the next interesting topic.
Thank you so much.